Hello, my name is Joanna Dillman. I'm a graduate student at Queen's University of Charlotte. Welcome to my textual analysis for my COM 610 course. The title of my analysis is called Organizational Socialization, a Two-Way Street. I call it that because my thesis is individual interactions and relationships formed through the workplace socialization process is mutually beneficial to both the employee and the organization. My previous post on my blog provided results of studies and analyses which shows the importance of socialization process to organizations and how costly failure to assimilate new hires is on the organization. When socialization is done correctly, it leads to higher job satisfaction, organizational commitment, lower turnover, higher performance levels, and career effectiveness. For my paper, I utilized Joblin's organizational assimilation theory for the socialization processes depicted in the film. Assimilation theory includes the anticipatory stage, which is divided into two parts, the recruiting and reconnaissance and the selection stage. Then you have the organization assimilation stage, which includes pre-entry, entry, and metamorphosis. The analysis employed a narrative rhetorical criticism evaluation of the film. So in my analysis, I focused specifically on the socialization process elements demonstrated in the film to show how the characters' interactions and workplace relationships were mutually beneficial to both the new employee and the organization. So on to my findings. The 2015 film The Intern followed the interactions of Ben Whitaker, a 70-year-old retiree, as he re-entered the workforce by applying and receiving a senior intern position at an online fashion company. The company's name was About the Fit, which was a fast-growing online clothing company based in Brooklyn, run by an ambitious 30-something Jules Austin. The film provided coverage of the entire socialization process, including anticipatory and organizational socialization phases. Let's take a look at a short clip that's at the beginning of the film. It's depicting the anticipatory stage of organizational socialization. It's in the midst of recruiting and reconnaissance stage. It's of Ben attempting to join the organization. He's introducing himself through a digital resume submission. Pay attention as he depicts several reasons the employment arrangement would be mutually beneficial to all parties.
So here I am, applying to be one of your interns, because the more I think about this idea, the more tremendous I think it is. I love the idea of having a place I can go every day. I want the connection, the excitement, I want to be challenged, and I guess I might even want to be needed. The tech stuff might take a bit to figure out. I had to call my 9-year-old grandson just to find out what a USB connector was. But I'll get there, eager to learn. Also, I want you to know I've been a company man all my life. I'm loyal, I'm trustworthy, and I'm good in a crisis. And I love that you're right here in Brooklyn. I've lived here all my life, and lately I feel I may not be hip enough to live in Brooklyn. So this could help with that, too. I read once musicians don't retire. They stop when there's no more music in them. Well, I still have music in me. Absolutely positive about that.
As we look to the company's side, the company actually started the recruitment and reconnaissance phase with the recruitment flyer that said, we need your experience and we'll teach you what we know. Apply today. It was designed to attract seniors for a newly implemented outreach program and provided the challenge of submitting a digital resume. That challenge actually allowed the organization to test the applicant's willingness to learn new concepts, ability to follow directions, and technical skills. In addition, a digital resume actually allowed some depiction of the applicant's personality, which would provide the organization the ability to ensure the right fit in the company. As we move on, the film began to depict the selection process of the anticipatory stage. We followed Ben as he entered About the Fit headquarters. It was a modern facility with pop music playing in the lobby and very young employees, and it appeared to be unlike anything Ben was used to in his past experience. However, it actually provided a clear picture of the work environment that Ben was attempting to enter. There was also a series of interviews that allowed Ben and the organization to interact in different environments in an attempt to ascertain if the working relationship would be mutually beneficial. Although the first interviewer provided Ben with some warning that the company's intern questions might not exactly fit Ben's profile, some of them were extremely inconsiderate and hilarious. For example, asking a 70-year-old, where do you see yourself in 10 years, probably needed a bit more thought. These questions provided insight to the maturity level of the workforce Ben was about to be joining. So, in the end, by Ben being offered the position and his subsequent acceptance, it was evident both Ben and the organization agreed a working relationship would be beneficial. So, as we move to the organizational socialization phase, we see that the film only briefly depicted the pre entry stage. In one scene, Jules, the company founder, is reminded of the decision to develop and implement the senior intern program. She's informed that Ben would be her intern, and so that she can set the example for others. In order to reduce some of the uncertainty surrounding Ben, Jules' coworker informs her that everyone loves Ben and that he seems amazing. And these are some of the tactics used by coworkers and other members of the organization to reduce that uncertainty during this stage. Um, Jules actually believes this program's not going to work, and so she asks and is quickly advised how long she has to keep this intern, and they tell her that she has to keep him for 6 weeks. But this kind of sets the tone for her acceptance of Ben. From Ben's perspective, he appeared very excited for his first day. You can see this as he sets an alarm clock and then a backup. In addition, he double checks his attire to make sure it's all set for the next day. Kind of reminded me of a child on their first day of school getting very excited. Unfortunately, the film provided little evidence that the pre entry stage is actually mutually beneficial to the new employee and the organization. Instead, it really demonstrated that there's an uncertainty level with both parties. And with uncertainty comes opportunity. So both parties forged ahead to receive those benefits. Let's check out the brief clip on the entry stage. Pay attention to the tactics used by both the organization and the employee to provide or obtain information and understanding about the organizational norms.
I want to figure out a way for friends to shop together online. Make it less of an alone thing. Email me that idea, will you?
Jules loves to ride her bike through the office. That woman does not like to waste time.
I love it.
Remember a few weeks ago we talked about the senior intern program?
Seniors in high school or college?
No. Seniors in life.
Hold on. What?
I have an appointment with Miss Austin.
Hi, Jules. I'm Ben, your new intern.
Don't feel like you have to dress up. I mean, we're super cash here.
At least I'll stand out.
I don't think you need a suit to do that.
Ben shows up and inspires us all to be our best.
Thank you.
She's so badass. Crashing the glass ceiling of the tech world.
You started this business all by yourself. You do inspire, Jules.
I just knew a woman with a glass of wine and a laptop had real shopping potential.
As we heard from the clip, Ben came in and inspired everyone to be better. He also had the let's make it happen attitude. Combining this attitude with being observant, Ben was able to further be assimilated into the organization. His big break was when he cleaned up an office junk table after seeing it drove Jules crazy. So as Ben continued to impress Jules, their relationship moved over the hump and Ben's metamorphosis began.
I need to go over the data on customer purchase patterns. Let Ben take a look at that too. Actually, let Ben take a look at that first. Okay. Don't worry, Becky, backup's good. Ping me when Cameron gets in. It's like this when you need someone you know you can count on. Because you're my...
Intern.
Well, I was gonna say intern/best friend.
So let's quickly review the implications of my analysis. When using the organizational assimilation theory to analyze the narrative of the intern, I believe we are able to show the socialization process can be mutually beneficial to both the new hire as well as the organization. The character interactions in the film depicted how the new hire was able to be moved from being the outsider to full assimilation into the organization. In the process, both parties experienced growth, which was mutually beneficial. The new hire, Ben Whitaker, was able to achieve his desire to belong and be needed. He achieved this by making the choice to be assimilated. In addition, the character's values of being both a mentee and a mentor allowed for a smooth assimilation process. Ben was open to being a mentee when he turned to his grandson and younger coworkers to learn the technical components of his job. However, throughout the film, Ben mentors those he interacts with daily. As a mentor, Ben demonstrated traits which enabled him to be a positive mentor, thus a highly effective member of the team. These traits include being supportive of others, observant, non-judgmental, curious, authentic, calm, confident, reassuring, courageous, and generous. The analysis shows that a new hire may affect an organization as much as the organization may affect the individual. Through Ben's mentoring traits, younger coworkers began to take more pride in their dress attire. In addition, Ben instilled some old-fashioned work ethic values in the modern office, such as staying until the boss leaves, pitching in where it's needed even when it's not your job, and giving credit where credit is due. Finally, Ben provided Jules much-needed focus, allowing her to see the qualities of her team and trusting those qualities to delegate some of the responsibility. So in conclusion, throughout the film, the main character of the film was attempting to ascertain the right fit at a company called About the Fit. The name, About the Fit, was a good metaphor for organizational socialization processes. During all the socialization stages, both the new hire and the organization are attempting to find the mutual fit. In doing so, both parties learn from each other, which is mutually beneficial.